Well, hello there. Here are 10 proven ways to reignite our email list engagement. Let me share something I see happening for far too many business owners, and it's this. The email list starts strong, get great engagement, people are clicking, people are responding, people are buying, and then something changes. The open rates go down, the clicks diminish, our once active list suddenly goes slightly quiet. Does this sound at all familiar to you, either for yourself or for your clients? Now, as you and I know, our email list is one of our most valuable business assets. And when it stops working, everything else can become harder. But here's what I've learned over the last 22 years. It is 22 years since I started my email list. And it's this. Reigniting our list isn't about gimmicks. It's about us doing things on purpose. So let me give you, and I've got my list here, 10 proven ways to breathe fresh life back into our email list. Number one is this. Let's spot the sleepers. Let's start with clarity. Who hasn't opened or clicked in a while? We can segment our list obviously into many different groups and do marketing appropriately. However, the two groups we can start with are those active subscribers and the inactive subscribers, or maybe their members. Once we know who's nodding off, we can gently nudge them back again. It's simple and it's effective. Number two is we miss you and we mean it. A re-engagement campaign isn't just about being clever, it's polite, and we can start a short series of emails acknowledging their silence and perhaps offer something of real value. Not that what we offer normally isn't of real value, but make it incredibly easy for them to say, yes, I'm still here. Number three, remind them of our brilliance. People disengage for all sorts of different reasons. Often they've simply forgotten how good our content is, and we can give them a quick roundup of recent gems, our latest video, a breakthrough blog perhaps, or a fresh insight, and of course, a clear call to action, and let them rediscover our value. Number four, making certain we're speaking to the individual, not to the crowd. You'll have heard me speak about this before, avoiding plural language. We can't be saying some of you or all of you. People read and consume content, generally speaking, on their own. Therefore, we need to speak to them as an individual. But on top of that, let's use what we know. We can personalize or mention their previous downloads or the product or service they first inquired about, or maybe the webinar they've registered, or a product or service they've bought. And when our email sounds like it was written just for them, our chances of it being opened, of it being read, of it being clicked go up massively. Number five, tinkering with timings and titles. What worked a year ago might fall flat now, so we can experiment and we can test. We can play with our subject lines. We can make them curiosity-led. I like doing that. We can make them benefit-driven, which is probably the top one. And we can even link them what's happening in the news. And this can often outperform the often overused trick so many people seem to use. We can test send times too. We can do Tuesday morning instead of Friday morning, or Friday instead of Tuesday, or different times of day, morning, afternoon, even unusual times. So we won't know until we test it. And I know we've found that different times of marketing and different times of, for example, webinars really do make a difference to the response rates that we get. Number six is offering a fresh invitation. Sometimes all it takes is a new reason to stay. So we can invite dormant subscribers to something exciting, an exclusive guide, a behind the scenes video, perhaps a one-off webinar or a masterclass. We often need to give people the sense that they're part of something special, not just the tail end of a marketing sequence. Number seven, just ask. This is so powerful, isn't it? A short, sincere email asking for feedback can uncover so much information. You know, I love that idea of the one question survey, and I use it as part of my masterclasses or webinar process. And so we can say to our people, what would you love to see more of from me, or what would make our emails more useful to you? It builds trust and it gives direct input into what's gone quiet and maybe why it's gone quiet. Number eight, let others speak for us. Sometimes hearing from a fellow member or a fellow subscriber carries more weight than hearing from ourselves. Once in a while, we can share testimonials, success stories, or quick wins from other people who are on our list. Number nine, let them choose their own adventure. This is one of my favorites. We can offer our readers a chance to pick what they want. Is it that they want marketing help? They want sales strategies? They want personal development tips? They want content creation, they want book writing, or whatever else it is that we can offer them. The more control that people have over what lands in their inbox, the more likely people are to stick around. And number 10, make the exit easy. Now, I know this sounds slightly counterintuitive, but it works. If we remind people that they can subscribe or even pause their emails for a bit, we can often find the very act of offering that control to them shows respect, and people notice and they re-engage. So here's what brings all this together. Reigniting our email list isn't about throwing out what worked in the past. No, it's not that. It's about being intentional. It's about being curious. It's about being respectful of the relationship we've built with people on our list. The best campaigns don't just try to win back people through tricks or noise. They simply remind our members or subscribers why they signed up in the first place and make it easy for them to stay. And if you're thinking, Peter, this sounds like an awful lot of work, here's the reality of it. Just 2 or 3 of these ideas can breathe fresh life into our list and bring back some of our best clients. So if you've enjoyed this video, there's plenty more of my videos around here. And if you'd like to be notified when I post a new one, which I often do, then just click that subscriber button. And in the meantime, I wish you every success in all your adventures in life. And as you've heard me say very often, there are so many adventures to be had. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. With me, Peter Thomson. Until then, goodbye for now.